Right guys, both sides glued in. Next step, this for you, those of you who don't know, is called a clothes peg. Bit old fashioned, I know, but these are, you can get hold of these. In fact, ask your gran, she might know what one of these is. So if anybody's looking at that saying what's that, this is called a clothes peg. Don't be tempted to use one of these clamps, a little bit strong. What we want to do is we want to pull these together so that they are touching square, and then we're going to glue that, and then we're going to put the peg in place like so. So that's gluing. They do recommend in the plans it's completely dry. I've got to be honest with you, being a bit cheeky, and I've used a bit of super glue. That's going off super quick, so I'm going to leave that. Next step, you need to identify former F2 and former 1, which is the very small one. It's got a little slit in the middle. So the next plan of action is to fit F2 one side, get it all fitting nice and square like so, then get the other side in, and then we're going to get F1 on there like so, fitting in there. Might need just a little bit of sanding to get it to shape. So at the end, then the idea is we're going to squeeze the whole lot together. When it's all squeezed together, hold it with a piece of sellotape, and then we're going to run some glue down all these joints, although you can put some glue in if you're happy with it, with the structure. I would just put some glue on all the formers, fit the formers. That's where I think the standard glue would be better. If you're using a standard slow set glue, then obviously glue all the bits. If you're using super glue, what you could do is you could push it all together and then squeeze it together and then run in fillets of super glue. But that's the next step, catch in a tick. Right guys, so got the peg on the back. We have glued F2, F1, held in place with a bit of tape. Now, all we've got to do is we've just got to infill these little sections here in between each spar. There's 4 of them, and so you're going to need 8. You need to just cut the actual sections, so use the plan. If you don't, what happens is the fuselage its natural tendency will be for the wood to open. So just by pulling those together and gluing each section, so you've got 4 across the top, so it makes a square section like so, and then you've got 4 underneath as well. So what we'll do is let's just glue all those, and by the magic of TV, right guys, so the geodetics all done, these cross structures, and the next bit is the nose. So what you're looking for is this little nose former. Now, nose former, 2 blocks. What happens is that the nose former fits in there like so and is glued. Then you then glue these to the nose former and they're sanded to shape. Little tip here, if you actually just offer up the nose former over the block and then just pencil round like so, it then means that when you've got that glued to there and these are then glued to shape, it gives you a rough guide so you can cut off quite extensively. Then you know that once you get to there, then you can start being careful with the actual sanding. So that's the next process. That glues onto there, these glue onto here that are marked like so, and then the next thing is we'll let that all dry, and we're going to cut and sand that to shape.